welcome everybody to the last part in our series revisiting the research we did at the center on what is the influence of meaning therapy on actual clients. And when we looked at all of the research together and examined it, now that we've, it's been a while, one of the clearest conclusions we can come to is that addiction is a very human phenomenon. It's really not about brain diseases or poor coping skills or self-medication or any of the other number of things, because one of the things that we understood from all this research is that you could never get rid of the individual human being. This was, for example, one of Stanton Peels, who's an addiction psychologist. One of his great complaints about mainstream therapies is he said they showed a compulsion to bypass human experience. And what this research that we conducted proved was that, no, this is a very human phenomenon going on, that ideas on self-awareness, on what we called self-definition. How do I answer the question, who am I? Things about relationships. And how do I create positive relationships? How do I exist in a world where I have no control over other people and yet still have to connect with them? And motivations. What do I do with my life? What are my goals? How do I choose goals? All of these things are very human phenomena. And in fact, these ideas that we came up with, the key themes here, the self-definition, relationships, and motivation, these are actually the key themes we find in clinical psychology and in personality psychology and in motivational psychology. So these are very human things that apply across the board. And so I think it's safe to conclude, at least based on our research, that this thing that we call addiction and people who are suffering from it, they're actually human beings. And so the approach, and a meaning approach does this, has to be to deal with them at this human level, at the level of a human being, and not simply as someone suffering from a brain disease, or, oh, they just have poor coping skills, or, oh, they're just self-medication, some kind of underlying disorder that they're uncomfortable with. Anyway, that's it for this series, and we'll be back next time with another series.